A lot of uh, hate responses on my team trees. Just as pointing out the fact that what's much better is to empower people to plant trees than to pay a nonprofit $1 a tree, which having a master's in nonprofit administration, having run massive campaigns for nonprofits, I know it's bullshit. There is no nonprofit out there that can plant $1 a tree. And if they're saying that they can, I challenge them to prove it. That's fact number one. The reality is, what we should be doing, and the point of my video, is empowering people by taking cuttings like this one here, from this rosemary here, taking a cutting and creating another rosemary here. This stuff isn't difficult. Taking a cutting and creating another tree. And people who say that there is no land, become an eco-terrorist. Start planting seeds as you go to work. As you walk down the street, there are more fruit trees in New York than any city in the world. Why? Because people planted fruit trees on their way, and it's been part of the process. The point is this: is that we have to empower people to plant trees, not rely on others to plant trees. And the thing is too, is what you need to understand is that the underlying reason why our planet is crashing is because of capitalism. Capitalism basically says that all these problems are endemic problems, right? They're just the cost of doing capitalism, right? So the collapse of our climate into climate change, the collapse of our fisheries, the collapse of our oceans, everything, all these things are just the cost of doing business. The simple fact is you can't have an infinite agent, which is our business model. It never ends, on a finite agent, which is our planet. And planting trees isn't going to save us. Now, it may make you feel good to think that it will, but it won't. But unless we actually get off capitalism, and this is why Andrew Yang is so important, because he understands that that these large companies that are taking our money, our patronage, and becoming these billion-trillion-dollar conglomerates need to change, and they need to pay a freedom dividend to give everyone else the ability to live their life as a human person. So whether you're planting, here's a tree I planted from seed. This is from Shikoku, right? Right here. We have to empower people to take action and do things ourselves, not to rely on others. And Team Tree is, there's one guy planting. I've planted well over 10,000 trees in my lifetime. And it's great that Mr. Beast is out there encouraging the planting of trees. But what Mr. Beast should be doing is encouraging us to vote for Andrew Yang. It should be encouraging us to basically understand that our capitalism model built on CAGR is endemically flawed, and the reason for the blockchain is to change that. The reason the blockchain allows us to usher in something called proof of benefit. So imagine businesses and work. Imagine getting a Bitcoin every time you planted a tree. That's possible now with the blockchain, right? Proof of benefit. Imagine picking up garbage at a beach actually earned you Bitcoin. That's possible now with the blockchain. And that is what we should be thinking of, not empowering arbor trees or whoever, some nonprofit, encouraging them to send your money to a nonprofit that ultimately is not going to spend the money that way. It's going to keep some CEO. What is the CEO making of that nonprofit? Probably over $1 million a year. Now that's where your dollar is going to go to.